ladies and gentlemen, this is the first episode of Debates Never Die. Today I'll be hosting. My name is Kanye Musetli, and I'm joined by Lebone and Toby. And in this episode, we'll be looking into a little review of the Community Shield, as well as giving our predictions for this upcoming season. The aim of what we're trying to do here is just try and give a bit more insight. We've been together as a group, giving our insight and having various debates about football for over 5 years at this point, and we decided to kind of centralize that and find a way to share that with more people. We're also joined today by Malcolm Mashikwa. And yeah, we've got today, there's a lot more of us part of this team. Today we've got two Arsenal fans and two United fans, so some living happier than others. And yeah, I think Bones, let's hear what you have to say.
What's happening, guys? I'm Liwone, aka Bones, and I guess we can kickstart into our first topic for today, which was generously given to us by Malcolm, which is CR7 twerking for UCL. Now,
what a topic.
Malcolm, what are your thoughts on Ronaldo's movements since it's been broken that he's been trying to move out of United to play UCL football?
So I I came to the defense of the man because when you sign a player like Ronaldo, initially I came to the defense of the man because when you sign a player like Ronaldo, I feel like as a club you must know top 4 or bust. I feel like it's implied just through the stature of who he is. So when it first broke that man was trying to bounce, I said, yeah, it makes sense. And United shouldn't feel any way about it because you can't have a top 2 to 4 greatest player of all time playing in Europa League. No. However, when I found out that this man was basically saying any destination will do, that's when I started to say I feel like he's going a bit off the rails, and it made me like the second part to that question I brought forward that I would also like you guys to talk about is it made me wonder, is that narrative about Ronaldo doing more to harm teams than benefit them actually true? Because this is wild. Like when he was saying Atletico Madrid, sign me up, I said, no, man. This guy's crazy.
Oh, and you believe that?
I do. I really do, bro.
Even
I think
after you posted an Instagram post.
What was the post?
About nowadays how people just talk because people in the media have to make money. They just want to talk about Ronaldo. That's basically what he kind of said. That people just make up anything these days.
Oh, okay. Oh, and sorry to the listeners for context. Toby is the leader of the Ronaldo fanboy club, he has all the groups and all the inside information. But anyways, to answer you directly, bro. Look, I think I'm of the mind where there's smoke, there's fire. That's what I believe. So even if it's not Atletico specifically, it's still the principle of the fact that whilst he was taking time off for personal familial issues, we don't know what they were. This guy sent his agent on a world tour. That's nuts, bro. To say, Oaks, like, please, like, my guy, free Ronaldo, as if he's a part of YSL. Nah, dude, like, he actually is. He is revered as like the second greatest of all time. On my list, he's like second or third, right? I think when you're Cristiano Ronaldo, clubs come to you, and if clubs aren't coming to you, you need to reflect, bro. That's just my take.
Kanya, do you think that he's had a negative impact on teams since he's left Madrid?
I mean, to say negative impact on teams is a bit, I know it's reductive. Ultimately, I think he's just shown that he's chasing his own fading star. It's like he's refusing to accept that he is 37. By the end of the season, he's going to be 38 years old. There's only so much he can physically do at this point in his career, and that's actually fine. But he's behaving as if he's still at the peak of his powers, and that it makes sense for him to be central to any team's long-term goals. There's no team right now that's competing to win Champions League, that's competing to win league titles, that he would actively strengthen as like their focal point. I think it's just kind of, I don't know, like it feels very ego-based. Like the reason he left Juve was supposedly because he felt that they couldn't compete and then it was then spun into he wanted to come home to United, right? For for him to then a year later want the move after United then fall out of the Champions League, come like qualifying places, just feels like, dude, what teams have to do to make Ronaldo effective just doesn't make sense anymore. He's overall a net negative if you're trying to play a certain kind of football. Like he can't be the focal point. Like he left Juve after after I think he was part of the first campaign where they hadn't won the league in like 9 years. He went to United and they suddenly out of the Champions League again for the first time in like 3 years. I don't know. For me, like I think it's clear for all of us to see that, dude, that guy's not meant to be any team's focal point anymore. And that's okay because he's 38. He is like, I think we really need to drive that point home. There's a 38-year-old constantly chasing clubs. Go to Qatar, mate. Go to Qatar.
Okay, no, but no, wait. I
Like,
need to cut.
not because he's finished, not because he's finished, but purely because it doesn't make sense. There's no club that he can find right now, and he needs to decide if he's like what he's playing for. He can't be playing to be the main man anymore. That there's no 38-year-old where that has ever been the case, except for players who are at Betis, like Joaquin, like Totti and Roma. Those are the types of clubs he's
Joaquin.
playing for. Then it's done, mate.
Okay, wait, no, but I need to cut him some slack because first of all, I don't think he is like I understand the point you're making, and I agree with the overall point that Ronaldo can't be the focal point of a Champions League winning team anymore. However, the points you used to substantiate that about Juve losing the league and then United still missing out on top four, especially that United one. That first of all, and we have two United fans here, and this is the question I want to derive from that. Lebone, Toby, did you guys at any point of United's upward trajectory feel stable? Not like feel like confident, but I mean feel stable, i.e., we have got the foundation for us to go and actually be a top two team in the league.
Wait, so your question is at any stage within the last how many years, or just
the last 4 years since Ole came in?
Definitely, there's not been even now. It's not even like that.
So that's why and Bones.
No. I'm glad Ole is gone because for that exact reason that there just hasn't been stability. There hasn't looked like there's actually a plan. It's just like he managed he was very good. He was a very good man manager, but I just don't think that he had any tactical sense that would actually move us forward in any sense. Like there was, I don't know. I just didn't.
An identity, a foundation.
Honestly.
Exactly.
And every time I think of Ole, I just think of that picture where he's smiling and putting the thumbs up when Fred missed, bro.
But that's why, see, I bring that point up to just to cut Ronaldo some slack and say, especially with the United missing out on top four, I don't even think that his arrival had anything to do with that per se. Like I just think United are in a very volatile period where one season could be incredible, the next season could be less so. So I agree with your overall point though, Kanya. I do think Ronaldo can't be the focal point of a team anymore. But
I think I misspoke. I'm sorry to cut you off. My thing is for him to decided to join this United team that was that unstable. Also speaks to the fact that he's willing to join any team. There's no direction to what he is doing. He's dragging himself down even further. He'd have been better off staying at Juve.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I agree.
But I wanted to speak on this just on the fact that I understand Kanya came across in the sense that he thinks Ronaldo, 38, can't be the vocal point of the team. That I definitely agree with in terms of being the vocal point. But and that point of him going to Qatar, I think is not
that's
really
nonsense.
It's not fair.
No, but that's
definitely
not
not
ability related. It's just like practically speaking, where do you guys think he could have gone?
But it's not even about that. Let's say
there were clubs that like financially could support him. Where do you think he would have made sense?
But no, that's a good question. But I want to just touch on some other things first. Basically, I think it's the fact that he scored 24 goals the whole season. For someone his age, come on, he knows himself that he's not at that stage where he's willing to put his foot off the pedal and stop playing for a lower league, lower club, or stop playing the Europa League or going to Qatar, whatever. He scored 6 Champions League goals. I think he's still like he knows that he still has it in him to to perform at the top level.
Yeah,
which is why you can't expect him to now think, nah, let me just. And as Cristiano Ronaldo was talking about, this guy's always been hungry. He's not gonna ever just settle for nothing. And it's not like his body's like Zlatan or something where his knees always bugging up, bro. He's not getting injured as well, so it's like he's like, oh wait, why can't I continue to play?
But
why can't I continue to play at the top level?
Is Zlatan took a reduced role at AC Milan, and they've just won a league title. Ronaldo wants to play every single game, every single week.
But Zlatan, to Toby, but hold on, wait, to cut you off there, to Toby's point, Zlatan literally lost his flipping tendon in his knee.
Bro.
Ronaldo has not had one injury, like a significant one, since 2018.
Yeah, no, and look, what he's done to maintain his body, great stuff. My point is that Zlatan joined the team that was actually very, very dust. He joined Milan when they were still playing Europa League football. A year later, they've now played two years of Champions League football. Like, Ronaldo should just be committing to a project if he wants to do this thing that he's doing right now. Like,
so you think he should join a project where they tell him, yes,
what you're doing,
be a bench player.
Commit to what you're doing. Like, he can score 16 goals in the Prem. Then commit to being part of this United team. You can't just join project to project where they have to restructure to make it work around you.
I agree with that.
Just like have some planning in your moves. Like it's so scatterbrained for someone who's played football since we were like 5.
Let's move on to the next topic. So
wait, last point, G. Ronaldo,
okay, sure.
top 3 goal scorers last season, in the Prem. Come on, please.
Nah, come on, bro.
I won't lie. I thought it was Salah, Jota, Ronaldo, and Son. Last season's Golden Boot race wasn't the most exciting. Salah fell off the boil entirely.
Dude, he must still score, bro.
I'm not. Listen, call me a hater. Call what you want to call me. I'm not like massively impressed by the fact that he scored lots of goals. Great for him in a super disjointed, weird season where like they were really 2 serious teams in the entire season. The team that finished 3rd, the top scorers Mason Mount with 10. And 3 of those goals against Norwich.
Okay. So we must. Okay. So then we must also take away one of your favorite players, Nicolas Anelka. His golden boot means nothing then.
No, it's not about the number because he won the league. He won the league with the tally.
Yes, but you're talking about a disjointed season where things are weird. That season he won the golden boot. Oaks were injured. People weren't performing. Like, dude, that's a hater point right there. The man scored goals.
I am a hater. I'm willing
5
to
less
waste
games as well.
Also, he didn't win the league that season. United won the league. That was the time. That was Ronaldo's last season.
Oh yeah.
No. Anelka won the league when they did that. It was 10-11 season after you won. 9-10. Sorry, it was the season after Ronaldo's last season.
Wow.
Thank you, Malcolm. Thank you.
Anyways,
wait, no,
I digress.
No, wasn't that Drogba?
Nah, 9-10 was the season Drogba got injured. It was when they had that Transformer kit. Ancelotti came for 1 year. They had like the Power Ranger uniform. You know the one I'm talking about, the Power Ranger one with the weird collar and Drogba got injured like halfway through, and then he had to become like a secondary striker to Anelka, and then Ancelotti was one and done, won the league and dipped.
Okay, he left the season after when they lost the Cup semi.
My apologies.
Top four predictions. We can start with Toby here. Toby, what are your top 4 predictions?
It'll be an honor to name my top 4 predictions for you guys.
I'd like to say ahead of time before he starts, he's about to be completely wrong, and I can't wait to come back to this in May. Go ahead, Toby.
Just to give you guys some insight, I've changed my top 4 within the last few days, actually. So, number 1, I'm going with, obviously, Man City.
Okay.
Number 2, I'm going with Tottenham Hotspurs. Number 3 is going to be Liverpool, and number 4 is going to be Arsenal.
Oh, wow.
And that's my top 4, basically.
Okay.
Malcolm, you can go next.
Dude, I'm very conflicted. So I don't want to give a full season review because
you want to till December, no?
Yeah, I wanted to do till December because this World Cup is going to make things complicated in regard to team performance, player freshness, player availability. So what I'm saying is By December, I think the top four will look like this. I think at December, Liverpool will be first, right? I think second and third is, I think City's third. Second
Oh,
and second is, I get the feeling second will be Spurs, and then fourth is a toss up between Arsenal and United. That's what I'm thinking. I think it'll look something along the lines of, if I can give you a more concise thing, I'm saying Liverpool, Spurs, City, Arsenal, United. Let me do that. That's my top five. I know we said four, but Arsenal and United, I think it'll be like 1 point or even goal difference will be the difference between us. And I can explain why when we're done, when everyone gives their reasons,
is
their
this by
top four.
December, right?
This is
Yeah,
by December,
yeah.
yeah.
Toby, you can revise yours.
Wait,
Unless you
no,
want to
no,
hold.
no, no. I'm fine. I'm definitely fine.
Kanya.
Okay. So my top four. Malcolm and I both had Liverpool coming first. Second place, I still think will be City. I don't think anyone else is close enough to meaningfully stop them. Like, I'd like to give Conte Spurs that benefit and say maybe he'll get them over the line. I just don't think that there's enough they have to really get past them. It'll be close. It'll be a lot closer than it was last season between second and third, but I still think City will be third. Sorry, City will be second, and the Spurs will be third.
Sorry, is
And
this to
Arsenal.
December?
No, these are my season
Oh,
predictions.
okay, okay.
Oh, full
And
season,
then,
okay.
and then I expect Arsenal to finish fourth. Yeah. Bones?
Okay. I'm gonna go with December. For December, I think Liverpool will be at the top. City second. Arsenal third. Spurs fourth.
So
Okay.
I'm curious. Are you guys basing any of these based on the Community Shield results at all, or is it something
Oh,
more about their squads that make you feel this way?
Not.
so for me, if I could just like explain my December prediction for the top four. So this is rooted in Man City not having only played two preseason games,
Mhm.
one with Haaland in the team. So it was very evident from that game against Liverpool in the Community Shield that they haven't figured out just how they're going to adjust for the replacing of, Sterling and Jesus for Haaland and Alvarez. So I think that there's a lack of cohesion, a lack of match readiness in that City squad. So I think they're going to start this season very slow. I do think City, generally speaking, from
They
like
always start slow,
Au-
yeah.
August to like, yeah, October, they typically do start slow. So I think that's going to be even more exacerbated given the fact that it's not the same crop of players. Start slow for City just means they're going to be a few draws. Like there may be twice and there are going to be a few draws.
Yeah.
So that's what I think for City, and that's why I have them at third. I have Spurs at second, and I anticipate them to seriously decline after December because Conte has the preseason they've done. I can tell you right now, the fitness levels at Tottenham are above that of anyone else in the league, and that is going to correlate heavily to great results, in my opinion. I think they're gonna get a good run of games where they're unbeaten. I then know that the trauma of playing for England is going to batter Harry Kane. Second half of the season, he will be dead. That's my prediction for Spurs. So their finish, I'm not exactly sure. Arsenal in fourth, I think we all see the signs
Yeah.
with Mikel Arteta. The reason I just have us in fourth is there's still some uncertainty with the availability of certain players going into the season, as we've all discussed on the group. We know why, and so I'm not sure what's happening there, and I just think we will have a few hiccups along the way, but nothing significant. So I have us at fourth. Liverpool, I just think what that Community Shield, to answer your question directly, that Community Shield game showed me that Klopp is very aware of the fact that Darwin Núñez is going to be he's going to have to integrate him into the team. The fact that he started with the more traditional 4-3-3 with a false nine with Firmino there tells me that that's how they're going to start the season. And we all know Liverpool can rinse and repeat that cross and inshallah, counter-attack shit all day long. And then Ten Hag ball, I've been very impressed with the guy. I think United look positive. I just think, again, going back to Ronaldo, there'll be a bit of uncertainty and it will hinder results. So that's why I have that. After December, the only thing I will say is City, I think Spurs are going to get battered. And I think City will have a difficult time because of how many players they're losing to the World Cup.
Definitely.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. That's what I have as my prediction for December.
Toby, you can
Yeah, I'll probably, in terms of time, I probably won't go in as much depth. But if I'm to speak on maybe like two of the people of the teams, I think that are the reasons as to why I probably decided that order. I think when I look at Arsenal, I don't know. Even when I look towards the end of last season, besides that, like, all that mess about at the end when they started losing games, I don't know how they lost to those few teams at that towards the end, but it's just in the Arsenal DNA. You know what I mean? So I think for me personally, I just look at that Arsenal team and I just see, like, I watched when I was watching the game against Everton and stuff. Like, even when they don't have the ball, the structure of the team is just insane. Like, and that's not something that I used to see with Arsenal a lot that much. Like, without the ball, they used to just look very like, they didn't know what they were doing. But with Arteta now, like, I feel like they know in terms of where they're supposed to be when they don't have the ball and where they're supposed to be when they do have the ball. And then I think in terms of their attack, now with the fluidity of Jesus, like, we've seen how many goals did he score? 7 goals or something like that in preseason. So for me, I think I wouldn't be surprised if they come third, and then Spurs maybe fall out. I'm talking about December right now. I wouldn't be surprised if that happens if they come third. So maybe it'll be City, Liverpool, and Arsenal by December. Maybe that would be my top three, I guess, for December. And then in terms of first, obviously, it has to be Man City. I just think Pep is always 2 steps ahead of all of us. Like, you might think maybe the way City are playing now, like, I think there's a reason as to also why he didn't want to have too many games in preseason. Like, I think he knows that at the end of the day, they're going to be playing how many games? Like, almost 68 games throughout the whole season. So he's like, we're going to have time where we can start to develop, build relationships, build all this stuff. So I think for him, it doesn't really matter. And he knows that they probably start slow in the Premier League, but it's not going to hinder anything towards the end. So yeah, I think for me, those are probably the two main teams I'm looking out for: City and Arsenal.
Oh wow! I was literally about to segue to the next topic, but let's do it. What would you pick as your top 3 for the Golden Boot race? Who do you have?
Yeah, good question. I think in terms of the abilities of strikers in the Premier League, wingers in the Premier League, I think it's your second. It's like one of the best I've ever seen at the moment. I think in terms of the talent that we have in the Premier League right now, I think we're very lucky as fans and as viewers in general. I think when you look at Mo Salah, I think I was listening to a podcast this morning and it actually made a lot of sense. Within these teams get different, like, fitness programs and all of this stuff. And then they spoke about how Mohamed Salah now, he's not going to the World Cup, remember? So he has energy to burn through. So it's not like he's going to maybe be like, holding back to think, oh, maybe I don't want to get injured like this because I want to go to the World Cup. I don't want to put too much energy. I want to be good for Egypt in the World Cup. So he can go full pace. And like we saw on the community show, people were like wondering, where's all this energy coming from? This guy looks fresh. So I think for me, by December, I would be surprised if Salah has less than 15 goals. Okay, not 15. That's a cap. Yeah, actually,
by December, you mad?
No, not 15. I'll be surprised if he has less than 10 goals by December. I'll be very shocked.
Yeah, and I was also thinking that Salah's used to actually going during January, December to go play AFCON. So
he's gonna, first of all, he's gonna be able to have a lot of energy outputs. As I said, he's not scared of maybe getting injured and stuff for the World Cup. And then when he comes back, he's going to have a whole month break to rest, and then he's going to be able to come again. So I think that for Liverpool is going to be very, very vital. While other teams, all their main like wingers and stuff are going to be tired, and Harry Kane, you said he's going to be sulking again. So like it's actually going to be very deep. But then Liverpool might be in a good position. So it's going to be a very good. Yeah, sorry, but top 3 in terms of, I'll probably go Salah, Kane. Then it's a bit of a weird one, but I want to. Kanye's probably gonna hate me, but I'm gonna have to say, what's his name? Ivan Toney.
What? Top three goal scorers.
Yep.
No, by December. By December.
Oh, by December. Okay. I can see. But you don't think the lack of midfield is gonna kill them a bit, because Eriksen's gone and he was like integral to their success.
Yeah, he definitely was. Do you know in terms of replacements who they brought in?
No idea. Absolutely none.
Nah, but I think good point, to be honest. But I do feel like Brentford, I don't know. When I watched them last season, they seem to be a team that can find a way, out of certain situations. So hopefully they'll be the same this year. But I
If I,
like the guy now. After last season, I had a few doubts of him, but kind of gonna hit me. But it is what it is, isn't it?
if I could just go back to what you're saying about Mo Salah. So I think he's due a very big injury this season,
Wow.
but that World Cup break is going to be massive for him. And when I say due a very big injury, I'm not putting witchcraft on him or anything. I just think football works in cycles. I think football works in cycles, and there's typically what I was explained by my coaches is there's the 3-year cycle for a championship and there's the 5-year cycle for a squad, and what you typically find is when a team starts a project, it's usually year 3 when they have their best season. So if you look at like Man City, year 3 was a Centurion season, right? And the 5th year of that cycle is when you need to refresh your squad or you risk serious injuries to your star players. You spoke on how Salah has literally not taken a break, right? And he's just kept going in AFCON, World Cup qualifiers, Liverpool, and it reminds me of Alexis Sanchez. And we all saw what happened to Sanchez. He went about, how many seasons did he go away? Because remember they had the back-to-back Copa America in 2015 and 2016. So he didn't get a summer off. He had one summer off in the space of 4 years, and then after that it was the World Cup in 2018. So then what happened was he then joins United at the end of that summer of just literally not taking a break, gets the knock in practice, the little knock that messes him up, and his career has not been the same since. So I think that month break is going to do wonders for Salah. As you pointed out, I agree. And I do think your point about energy output and not having to preserve himself is going to position himself very nicely for that. He's going to be in a very good position so that, and there's no malaria this time around from AFCON. So I think that's a good point, bro. I do agree with that completely.
Yeah. So in terms of your top 3, who do you have golden boots?
For me?
Yeah.
Oh, Mo Salah. That's definitely. I think Salah and Kane are very safe bets.
Yeah.
But then that 3rd place, I'm going to Jesus Walks.
Oh, shit.
Jesus Walks. I think Jesus Walks, boys.
Ivan Toney out. Yes.
I think Jesus Walks is gonna really explode this season, like crazy.
So do you think for him? Actually, this is a question to you. I was gonna say Kanya, but he's not here. Sorry. In terms of Malcolm, in terms of what's his name? Jesus, right?
Yes.
Would you say, from what you've seen, he probably fits better here at Arsenal than he did at City?
I think so, because Jesus is a very selfless player. I think if I could just give my analysis of him as a person with absolutely no context. I don't know the guy. This is just what I can tell from how he plays football. He seems like a very selfless guy, and I think he's a guy who suffers from an extent of imposter syndrome. And by that, I mean, I don't think he fully recognizes how good he is. And you can kind of see it in instances at City where the man would be one-on-one, bro, and he's trying to pass. You know what I mean? Like, he's trying to like set up his teammate, perhaps because there was like a hierarchy thing where, if you have a 1v1, but De Bruyne is there, even though it's a tighter angle, you back De Bruyne more. But now I think what's going to happen is because Arsenal is such a young squad, there isn't really that. Yeah, he's the guy now. And one thing we've never questioned about Jesus is his ability to play. I think every fan knows this guy has got the Samba fever. So I think that's a fair statement to make. I do think Arsenal is a better fit for where he is now. I think as a player where he seemingly wants to take on more, where I think he wants the challenge of, okay, mates, 15 goals this season. I think that is definitely better suited for us than City, where you had to almost be a piece to the puzzle,
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Do you not think maybe that was I understand the imposter syndrome because he comes up like, he wants to provide for other players, but do you not maybe think that was because of what like is instilled in you at Man City is to like, bring in other players whenever you can, or like create opportunities for everyone else as well. So maybe you not think that was a reason.
I think Pep plays to the players he has. I think one thing people don't really take into account a lot about Pep Guardiola, Him and Mourinho are literally yin and yang as coaches in terms of
Yeah.
personalities, but they stem from very similar like management ideologies where it's you fit the mold or you leave, and it's very much like psychological. I think Pep Guardiola plays to the strength of players and he understands his crop. So to answer your question, they had Aguero there and Aguero didn't do that. And I think that's because Pep knew
Oh
Aguero is
yeah.
a talisman. It's Pep Guardiola doesn't like to put his players in uncomfortable positions where they're going to be forced to do things,
They don't want
that
to do.
that jeopardize their success. Like I
Yeah.
always use Phil Foden as the example. Oaks. Phil Foden made his debut in 16-17. The first time he played 20 games was 1920. Like that's insane in terms of man management. And I think it's because he knew he saw what the English did to Wilshere and he said, not today. not
Yo, what
to
they
my
did
guy.
was disgusting.
So yeah, bro, I think look, it's a toss up, and you know me, I'm the hopeful Arsenal fan, but I really think Gabby Jesus is going to have an Alexis Sanchez type explosion at Arsenal. Like I hope
Nah,
I'm not
that's good.
gonna
That's good.
listen to this later and regret it, but
Yeah.
yeah, like you said, dude, the you said earlier in the pod, the structuring Arteta has put like into the team, man, it's just different, bro. Like even losing feels different, dude. Like I'm surprised when we
I think
lose now.
that's what I was gonna say is one of the biggest things. Before when you lost, it was like I understand it, but now you're like, oh, we actually lost. Like it's becoming like a thing, people are actually feeling it.
Yeah, like you're hacked, but you're not hacked at the fact that we're hacked at the fact that we lost. We're not hacked at Shaka and Socrates and Mustafi. We're like, yo, bro, we were in hell, bro. But like
that era was one of the funniest.
no, it's the GOATs. No, it's actually I'm so happy we went through it. It is the greatest era of football ever. The content week in, week out, bro, was different. But yeah, sorry to go on a bit of a rant there, but I think hey man, let the people know the boys are back. That's all I have to say.
Yeah, Lebone, what about you? What are your top threes then?
Yeah, as you guys said, Salah and Kane are kind of standard. I wanted to put Jesus, but I won't lie. I'm thinking I might put my stocks back in Martial, maybe.
The return.
I don't know what juju this guy's put on our fan base.
He's been so hot during preseason, and the thing about him that's been hot is the thing that I've been literally rinsing him out for the last 2 seasons is that he hasn't been working. He hasn't been looking like he actually wants to be there, and he looks engaged. And an engaged Anthony is he's special. And I think
this guy's paying your tuition, definitely.
But you'll see it. I think Ten Hag has the keys, and he's ready to unlock this boy. I don't know about Rash. I'm gonna keep it. I'm gonna wait till December with those stocks. But I think Jaden's also finna blow up. So I think
I agree with Jaden.
Yeah, Nah, actually, I'm gonna put Jesus. I think Jesus. I think I trust more than I think I trust Arsenal playing well, and then Jesus benefiting from that more than I just trust Jesus is going to be more on form than.
I get what you're saying. I think another thing you have to consider with Martial is, I know. Look, ETH, you guys have needed an authoritarian for a while there at United. And Ten Hag is that. But do you think he's going to have the balls to just say, "Hey, Ronaldo did lost bench"?
No. I don't want to go back into the Ronaldo situation. But like I was telling someone else the other day, basically, it is much easier to let this Ronaldo situation just move along than to start causing problems and just saying Ronaldo dip, Ronaldo do this. Because then, as I said, the media takes the attention away from the team. He's a new coach. It just creates a lot more problems than it does for him. Like, it's just then positive. So personally, deal with Ronaldo for one more year. He goes. Then you do your as a fan, I'm willing to give this guy at least 2 seasons or 2 years to see what he can do. So it's not like if he flops this season, we get 6th or 5th, and Ronaldo leaves next season and he does his own thing. Then okay, fair enough. You start doing what you want to do. You know what I mean? But
maximize your assets. I agree.
Yeah, but use Ronaldo. If it doesn't work for you, then bring sub him off on the 50th minute, 60th minute. It'll make him more hacked. But then as a professional, Ronaldo has to
you have to hold it.
He has to hold it. Okay, you're not performing. Now let other people go. So For me,
So
that's the
yeah,
case.
so that's the only thing, Bones, I'd say about Martial. I mean, like that, and the fact that I don't trust him because if his antidepressants run out, mate, he's done. But like, I was just gonna say, I feel like you have to factor in the fact that his goals are going to be seriously impacted by Ronaldo. You know, like it's not going to be as clear cut as a Jesus or a Kane, where you know they're going to be playing every week.
I mean, fair,
Oh yeah, that's very true.
but I also don't think that, especially when results are actually like going to be on the line starting next week, I don't think Ronaldo's going to go straight into the setup because I feel like Ten
Okay.
Hag, that he needs that cohesion, and I feel like Martial knows more of that role at the moment in time, and he'll wait until Ronaldo has acquainted himself as well as also gotten up to fitness, because there's no
Very true.
haven't had like 4 or 5 days of preseason training, regardless of what he does on the side. Like he just won't be sharp.
Yeah. And just to add on to that point, basically, there's an interview where Ten Hag does, and he explains that basically that Ronaldo's not going to be able to play with this team for a long. Well, he said a long time. I'm guessing that's about 3 matches or 2 matches, just based on the fact that he hasn't been up to speed in terms of where the like fitness and all of that. So he even said that himself. So I think Ronaldo understands that. But yeah, just to move on to another topic in terms of relegation teams. So let's hear some of that.
Who got promoted?
Bournemouth, Fulham, and Nottingham Forest.
Okay, so the Bournemouth and Fulham are gone.
Fulham have been recruiting though, bro.
Do you remember they spent the most the last time they won the Prem as well? Do you not remember when they bought?
But now they have Mitrovic. 40 goal Mitrovic? Or
30 okay, yeah, no, look, okay, Mitrovic is a big, that's a big plus. I won't cap. I'm actually very interested to see how he fares in the Prem,
bro.
But
But
yeah,
guys,
I don't know, man. Burnley's gone.
Before, though.
Yeah, but this is like there's a new level of psyche attached to it. Like he knows he's that guy. You know what I mean? Yeah, like he knows he's that guy as well. He has something to prove, and he has the resources to actually prove it. So, seemingly so. I don't know who. Hey, Everton Oaks. I want Super Frank to do well, but fuck. Nah, fuck, boys. It's a bit scary. I won't even lie. I think Everton could be done. They're killing him, bro.
So you're telling me yours is Bournemouth, Fulham, and
I'm actually gonna go Bournemouth, Everton. I hope not, but Everton. And who have they bought? They haven't bought anyone.
Bro, they're buying what's his name? Guay and Barkley are rumored to come back.
Ross.
Yeah.
Lamps, bro.
I think
is Dele Alli still
closer to coming back?
Is Dele Alli still?
Aye, boy. Aye. Delay.
What I'm basically saying is, look, I think Ted Lasso will get it done at Leeds. I think he's built a good squad cohesion there. But yeah, I think it's Everton. I'm only surefire one I can give you is Everton, bro. I think Everton are.
Oh yes, Watford. It was Watford. Norwich, Watford.
Oh yes, with the blogger. No, yeah, I think Everton and Bournemouth. I can give your Bournemouth. I sound like my dad. Bournemouth.
You know. Hey, Zims.
Everton and Bournemouth are the two that I am saying are down. Yeah, I don't know about the third. What about you guys?
Lebone?
I say Everton, Bournemouth, and I think I'll say Forest.
Forest, they've been recruiting as well.
Nah, boy, trust me, Bones, boy. Nottingham are real. That's a real football club, bro. Trust me.
Huh?
Boys, trust me.
You think that guy knows ball?
Mates, I saw those. I saw those guys in the FA Cup, and I watched the highlights, not the actual games, but the highlights of their last few games in the Championship. Boys, those are real. That's a real club. Trust me, and those fans as well. Nah, Nottingham is going to be a very scary place to visit. That's what I think.
For City fans, when they start screaming "Champions of Europe," never sing that.
And us, bro.
Oh, and
yeah, dude.
Anywho. So, Lebone, you saying Nottingham Forest, Everton, and
I'll take Nottingham off. But I'll leave the last one.
How? Don't let Malcolm scare you.
No. You know what? It was a knee-jerk reaction, but I don't want to die on that hill.
So sorry, who did you say then?
Everton, I was about to say Bournemouth. Bournemouth,
bro.
Everton, Bournemouth, and I'll keep the last one open. We'll see. We'll revisit it.
Fair enough. For me personally, I'm looking at it being. You know what? This is what I envision happening. It'll be Bournemouth are definitely going down. With Dominic Sri Lanka as your striker, you're going down. You're going down.
What a liar.
That's going down. Fulham, I feel like I don't see them going down personally. I see Brentford having a higher chance of them going down more than Fulham at the moment. Like, I understand maybe Tony will bang a few goals here and there, but I still think they won't have enough when it comes to the end. But so it'll be them. I want to say Nottingham Forest, but what I think is going to happen is that they'll start to flop towards in the beginning of the season. They'll get rid of that manager who knows nothing. I'm going to put the English guy or wherever he's from.
I'll get his name.
That guy. That guy, and then they'll be safe. But then I do think it'll be Everton that go down. So I guess my 3 would be Bournemouth, Everton, and who was the last one? Brentford.
It's his name is Steve Cooper, by the way.
Oh yeah, Steve nonsense, that guy.
Okay, calm. Now, you know the although if one thing I learned from last season was that the bottom 3, that relegation battle, mate, it just pops out of nowhere. There's always a team you don't expect that just bang. Everton, shit, out of nowhere. We're actually, it's crazy that Benitez did an inside job like that and no one talks about it. He actually came and toasted them.
Guys, I think that has probably concluded the episode. I think
it's been a good one.
Yeah, extensive. Good. Yeah.
In terms of like the format, as Malcolm was saying, basically we're gonna have a lot of different people coming in at a lot of different times, talking about different topics. We have fans ranging from Barcelona fans to Real Madrid fans. So I think some episodes we might delve into the La Liga a little bit more. We have Bayern Munich fans as well. So when it comes to being in the Bundesliga, so I think as a podcast, we're gonna try go in a lot of different directions, and also we're gonna be starting our social media pages soon. So obviously you can follow that and then just get some traction going. And we're always willing to take open to suggestions as well. So I think it's going to be a good journey for us, for you guys listening as well. I'm sure a lot of you guys know us anyway. So yeah, I'm not sure if Bones has anything or Lebona has anything to add on to that.
No, I think you concluded it perfectly. And we will see you guys very, very soon. And we're looking forward to this journey that we're about to embark on together. And yeah. Debates never die.
Yes, sir.
Signing
In
out.
a bit, guys.
See you guys soon.